Afternoon traders, this is Arcadia Trading, and I'll be breaking down SPY, QQQ, XLF, and semiconductor sector. And I'll be looking at the resistance and support for you guys and what I'm looking at into next week. All right, let's start with QQQ. So I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame. And when we get such drop and volatility from the FOMC meeting, as such as this candle, I mentioned on Wednesday that we'll very likely get a equilibrium pattern. And the reason for that is because usually after FOMC meeting, the day after is the more correct reactions. There has been times where we pop 3%, and the next day we drop 3%, as well as vice versa. And so essentially we gapped up. When we gapped up here, they increased the chance of the equilibrium due to the amount of bounce that we got, which is what happened. So we hit the resistance, and this is the support. So we hit the resistance, and we came back down to the support. We bounced a little bit again, and we dropped again in the morning. So this morning we actually broke below the support, but there was no lot of the follow through. You can see all these bottom wicks where the bulls bought up the dip, and then we bounced into the end of the day into resistance again. So this pattern will break Monday. You can see there's not a lot of the pattern left here, so we'll likely get a lot of volatility again on Monday, either to the upside or the downside. And there's a couple of key other sectors that I'm looking at to see if we're going to get break on the upside or downside would be SPY and the semiconductor sector. So let's go to the semiconductor sector first. You can see it's the weakest sector today. One of the reasons for that is that semiconductor sector has been a lead bull for the past, let me see how long, couple months. It has been lead bull since December. So you guys can see the semiconductor set has run up roughly 30% from its bottom. And usually when that happens, if the market starts dropping, a lead bull this potentially turns into the lead bear due to how much of the amount it has gone up versus the other sectors. So right now we are potentially seeing that because it's only been 1 day, so we don't know yet as of now. So we dropped roughly. That's not where we started from. So from yesterday's close to today, we dropped roughly to the bottom 2%, but we closed around 1.7% drop. And QQ was green. Roughly QQ was green 0.37%. So you can see the weakness in the semi sector. There's a lot of holdings in the semi sector in the QQQ. So if semi start to keep dropping, like Nvidia, which market cap has been huge now, versus because of how much has gone up. So if semi keeps dropping, it will drag down the QQQ as well. So let's say we get another. I'm just gonna clear the drawings real quick. Say we get another drop in QQQ and another in semiconductors on Monday, then it will likely be a wait on QQQ, which could potentially break that bear break for QQQ. So we're going to be watching semiconductors for sure, see if we see more weakness on the downside, and we potentially break this level right around this level, and we'll likely get back into this this bottom top range. So if we do break that level, then we'll likely see more follow through from the bears. And for SPY, is a lot stronger today due to XLF actually holding, even though it just gapped down and it bounced the whole day. It was only like slightly green, but it at least is not red for. It's been red for like 2 weeks, so that helped SPY as well. So you can see money rotating around. So money was rotating a little bit out of the tech sector actually this morning into SPY and its other sectors. But by the end of the day, all the sectors started joining Team Bull, so end up having a pop. So you can see QQQ pop and SPY pop as well into the close. But essentially, it's still in a chop box. You can see we're up in this box and this box. We've just been chopping around, and it has not been any significant change for the bears or the bulls. So nobody's really SPY bulls or SPY bears have not been making a lot of money unless you nailed the bottom tops and got out in scalps. So right now we're looking at an hourly downtrend for the SPY, but now we're back into a hourly no trend since we broke above this high. So there is no trend for the hourly at the moment. So if the bulls want to see is we make a higher low, and then boom, break above this high, then we have an hourly uptrend. Bears would like to see we just go back down and then go like that, make a lower high, and then drop, breaking this prior low. We'll get back our hourly downtrend. Essentially, it'll be more important for me to watch QQQ than SPY because QQQ breaking bear here would likely drag down SPY a lot more, and we don't know if the financial sector is going to be start bouncing or not because it's literally 1 day of bounce. So bull made a decent bounce here. So you can see it's a 2% bounce. So now they have room for a hourly trend change. So there's a potential now that they can actually change the hourly trend change back to the bulls due to the size of this bounce. So we had a big bounce here too, but you can see that nothing, and the bear just took over. So right now we don't know that yet until we get more price action on Monday to see if the bulls can actually hold a higher low and then change the trend change back to the bulls. If not, then we're likely hitting new fear lows. And if that happens, SPY is not going anywhere. SPY is definitely hitting new lows with it. And so that's what I'm looking for next week in terms of SPY, QQQ, and semi sectors all connected to with each other. Now they are not as correlated as they used to be, where they all move up together or all move down together. And so it's a bit more complicated to trade when their sector is always rotating around with each other. But as of now, that's the clarity that I have. And I'll update you guys over the weekends. Have a great weekend, everyone.